the term. We are coming to the end. It is the last lesson. Our learning target. I can divide fractions by fractions. We gotta be able to do this. We gotta be able to divide a fraction by a fraction. In our language target, we're gonna write some story problems today. So I can write a story problem involving dividing fractions by fractions. And I can explain how to solve it using our division words. Our division words like dividend and divisor and reciprocal and quotient. Those are division words. We need to be able to use those words to describe how to solve the problem, the story problem that we're going to write. So that's going to be pretty fun today. So let's get right to it. Alright, so it's almost Halloween, so I've got a question for you. Are monsters good at math? Not unless you count Dracula. What's 10 things you can always count on? Your fingers! You know, I was thinking, you know what's odd? Every other number? Now, when we're talking about fractions, I often think about things like what we talked about yesterday. We were dividing my greenhouse and doing construction work. That's what I use fractions for. We use fractions for all kinds of stuff, but my favorite fraction in the world, because it's so delicious, is pi. Alright, so we've got 3/4 of a pie here. 3/4 of a pie, and we're going to divide that into 1/8 of a pie slices. So 3/4 divided by 1/8. How would we do that? If we're going to take our 3/4 and we're going to divide that into 1/8, how many people are we going to be able to feed? Well, let's draw that out right here. If I've got my pie, I'm going to say 3/4 divided by 1/8. I'm going to divide 3/4 by 1/8. And when I divide 3/4 by 1/8, I would say I've got 3/4 of my pie right there. And I am going to break that now into 1/8 slices. So if I've got fourths, I'm going to break it up into eighths. Now I have how many pieces of pie left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to say 6 pieces is what I'm going to get. And that's pretty easy. If we were just using pie and we had 1/8 pieces, we could do that right here. Let's do that using math. So I have 3/4 divided by 1/8. When I divide by a fraction, I multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction. Remember, I multiply by the inverse of that fraction. So I get 3/4 divided by 1/8 equals 3/4 times what? That's right, times 8/1. 3/4 times 8/1. And I can look at these numbers, that 4 and that 8. What do you see with the 4 and the 8? Yeah, 4 goes into 8. So 4 goes into 8 how many times? 2 times. So I'm going to say divide 4 by 4 and I get 1. And divide 8 by 4 and I get 2. I get 3 times 2 over 1 times 1. And what is 3 times 2? That is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. So I get 6/1 equals 6 pieces. 3/4 divided by 1/8 equals 6. Now you're going to get the chance to go through your presentation, take it apart piece by piece, and divide fractions by fractions. And then you need to write a story to describe something where you would divide a fraction by fraction. Maybe you can use pi. That's perfectly fine. If you want to write a story about pi, you can do that just like I did. Write a story about dividing a football field and dividing it into pieces of a football field. If you were running halfway down. So 1/2 divided by something like that. You could have a soccer game and dividing that field, or dividing the time of the game. Fractions are all over our lives. Cooking. Use cooking as something. If you like to cook, use the fraction of pets that you have. Use something in your life, not my life. Use something in your life, something that you like, and think about a fraction and write a story about that. All right, be respectful, be responsible, and be safe, and I will see you in class.